By the way, it's possible that we could send the Centipede Award. I think her name is Donna Bailey is the one who designed it?
Yes.
Was it Donna Bailey? Yes. Okay, so we're going to find Donna Bailey. We'll send her the award personally. I think that'll bring closure to it in a really nice way. Good. So Mark Steiner knows how to get a hold of us, and that's the future of the award and the cards. It'll go to Donna Bailey, who's the lady who designed Centipede. Now, back in January 1985, a contest that Twin Galaxies organized at Captain Video on Pico, I think it was Pico Rivera Boulevard. Was it Pico Rivera Boulevard?
Los Angeles.
Pico Boulevard, Los Angeles, is considered by many historians to be almost the definitive classic gaming championship of that era. And one of the defining moments of that era was when everybody was going head-to-head on Karate Champ, and no one could truly master it. But one person suddenly surfaced towards the end of the contest who had figured out all sorts of tricks on Karate Champ that no one else had ever mastered and knew about. And when he unfolded those tricks at the very end, not giving anybody else a chance of time to master those tricks, he was able to move very high up in the standings and completely become, it was actually a phenomenon. That's Jack Gale, who's here to accept his award. And because he did that back in 1985, the people who edited the book Undisputed Street Fighter tracked him down because they wanted to learn about this first Street Fighter champion who had mastered combinations on a level no one else had at the time. It was far beyond the skill set of his contemporaries. So Jack Gale became a part of history because it became, you know how there's all these guys, incredible players of Street Fighter today in Mortal Kombat who do incredible combos? Well, Jack was the first, so he's a historically significant personality in video game history. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Gale.
After he speaks, I want to speak about
it. Is that okay?
Yes. After that, I want to.
Well, that's cool. That's very cool.
Thank you, Walter.
Over here.
Oh, oh my goodness. Speak.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there you go. How about that? Do it, say it. Describe it.
Jack Gale, congratulations for your induction in the fourth class of 2022. The floor is all yours.
No eBay.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Walter. Thank you, Billy. Oh, Walter gave part of my speech. Make it anyway. All right. This is a really great honor for me. Back in the day, my only concern was pretty much getting my name up on as many arcade games as I could in the local arcades and having my friends comment about it the next day. Then, years later, my big break happened when Walter and Twin Galaxies brought the June of 1984 Video Game Masters Tournament to my local arcade, Cloverleaf Miniature Golf. It was there that I met Billy Mitchell, Steve Harris, and Chris Ira for the first time. I was fortunate to play Tapper at that competition on one coin for 8.5 hours, scoring 5 million points and winning a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. Then 4 months later, I was invited to compete, thanks to Walter and company, in the 1985 Coronation Day event in Westwood, California, to crown the Player of the Year. One of the games in the competition was Karate Champ, and I made the decision at that time
This is so good.
that I was going to try to conquer the unconquerable Karate Champ. It's a game that halfway through it gets so difficult, everyone just gives up, and the game is over. So that was my goal. For 2 months, I practiced Karate Champ, and I'll save you the details. I'll just quote Thomas Edison. I have not failed. I have simply found 10,000 ways that do not work. Very true. So word got out of what I was planning to do, so I was a little apprehensive when I arrived at Captain Video Arcade in Westwood, one of the most beautiful arcades you've ever seen. Of course, it no longer exists. Brightly lit, beautiful neon, pristine cabinets, gorgeous place. I walk through the front doors, I see Walter standing to the left, as he is now, and I introduce myself as we had never met in person. And before we finished shaking hands, Walter told me, "Jack, it's very nice to meet you, but I do not believe you can finish Karate Champ." Now, Walter wears that referee shirt for a reason. He's a very kind and gracious man, but you don't mess with the guardian of the scoreboard. Now, I have a little bit of a flair for the dramatic, and I like to create spectacles. So, as Walter alluded to in the introduction, it was a 2-day competition. I deliberately killed off all of my games up until there was only time for one more. And at this time, the media was there was a lot of anticipation. People were questioning whether I could really finish the game. So pretty much under the bright lights of the national media and the most elite gamers in the world looking on in disbelief, I somehow finished Karate Champ. I conquered the game. I was sweating, but I did it. Many years later, I now have 2 wonderful sons who unfortunately couldn't make the trip here today. But what I would say to them is, if something has never been done before, find a way to do it. Invent a way to do it. Don't wait till someone else comes along and shows you the way. They may never come along, and it may never happen. Thank you very much.
That was great.
Yeah, take that.
What I wanted to say really quick about Jack that was neat was, yes, he stepped on the scene playing Tapper, and we're getting phone calls. We're at the competition, and we're getting phone calls from him because the other people who play Tapper are saying there's a score coming in that must not be real. And I said, okay, but we're watching the guy play. He's right in front of us. And he really was that good. He played Karate Champ. He learned it at a 24-hour arcade. I was there. So I really knew that it was going to happen. And it's really cool when you have that inside information. But what makes him unique, it was almost like he had a goal. I'm going to have a world record on a game from each manufacturer. He didn't focus on one group, okay? He had it, and he had it on various games, a sports game or a methodical game or a shooting game. He didn't focus in one area. That truly, truly made him unique. And maybe I always wanted to say that, and I got the microphone, so I got to say it. Congratulations, Jack.
You have some cards too. You didn't get your cards, did you?
I didn't get my cards.
Jerry,
All right.
the cards.